South Africa is recognized as the industrial and financial powerhouse of the African continent. Blessed with an abundance of natural resources and an energetically driven economy fueled by creative minds, pulsing with energy and innovative ideas, touching lives by creating millions of jobs. In many fields, South Africa has become a world leader. No more so than in the metal and engineering sector, providing high-quality metal fabrication for national and international clients to world standards. Vitally important to the country's economy, contributing to the livelihoods of hundreds of thousands of employees and their families. This sector, metal and engineering, accounts for more than 2/3 of the country's manufactured exports, making it vital to the country's economic well-being. But a series of challenges remains. How to create and maintain a just balance between the wants and needs of both the employer and employee. Naturally, the employer requires a labor force it can depend on to secure market growth. On the other hand, equally understandable is a labor force that expects a fair and reasonable work environment. This requires a deep knowledge and awareness of all the issues, both human and legal. Great skill and sensitivity is needed. In fact, it requires a delicate balancing act. And this balancing act is performed on an almost daily basis by the Metal and Engineering Industries Bargaining Council.
This is the oldest bargaining council in the country and also the biggest one. We have been around since 1940s.
The MEIBC is your gateway to an effective working relationship between employer and employee. We are a statutory and neutral body created under the Labour Relations Act to provide the core regulation of stable and productive employment relations in the metal and engineering industries of South Africa. So what exactly is a bargaining council? A bargaining council is a structure set up by unions and employers in a particular sector and is jointly governed by them. The Labour Relations Act, which came into being in 1995, allows for unions and employers to set up a bargaining council so that they can jointly manage labour relations in their sector. The functions of the MEIBC can be categorized into 4 core categories, namely collective bargaining, compliance management, dispute resolution, and social protection. Another beneficial result of a bargaining council is that it sets the groundwork for annual wage negotiations and improvements in condition of employment, as well as assisting the industry in resolving disputes which may arise between an employee and the employer in the workplace. There are 4 employer organizations representing approximately 10,624 employers and 6 trade unions representing over 306,747 workers who belong to the MEIBC. The 6 unions include NUMSA, UASA, SAIWA, MEWUSA, SEPAWU, and Solidarity. Businesses and employees involved in the following industries are covered by the Metal and Engineering Industries Bargaining Council: the production of iron, steel, and alloys, the metallurgical industry, general engineering and manufacturing engineering, building and repairs of ships and boats, certain sections of the electrical engineering industry, the lift engineering industry, and the plastics industry. Employees and their firms are required to pay a very small levy each month so that the bargaining council, run by a secretariat, can deliver the range of benefits and services which it makes available. We are also accredited to provide a fully fledged resolution service called the Center for Dispute Resolution, CDR, which is similar to the service offered by the Commission for Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration, commonly referred to as the CCMA. This simple-to-use service is available to all firms within our industry, as well as their scheduled and non-scheduled employees. The CDR deals mainly with cases of dismissal, in which an independent commissioner will assist the parties in exploring whether it is possible to settle the dispute amicably or, if not, formulating the direction the process should follow. In addition to unfair dismissal disputes, the CDR is accredited to deal with disputes concerning unfair practices and interpretation of provisions of collective agreements. Within the structure of the MEIBC is the Metal Industry Benefits Funds Administrators, MEIBFA. This very important body administers all our benefit funds. Through these funds, which are able to ensure the financial well-being of employees or their dependents in cases of sickness, disability, retirement or death. MEIBC employs 140 staff who are spread nationally across the national office in Johannesburg, 6 regional offices, namely Border Region, East London, Cape Region, Cape Town, Free State and Northern Cape Region, Welkom, Gauteng Region, Johannesburg, KwaZulu-Natal Region, Durban, Midland Region, Port Elizabeth, and Tshwane Region, Pretoria. 3 local offices in George, Middelburg and Richards Bay, and a dedicated center for dispute resolution in Johannesburg.
As the biggest industry and the biggest bargaining council, we invite all the people when it comes to wage negotiations. Big or small companies are invited to come and be part of our negotiations and have their own contribution in terms of how do we shape the agreement that comes out of our negotiations.
From its inception to date, the Metal and Engineering Industry Bargaining Council has been instrumental in the resolution of thousands of cases and boasts an impeccable track record, ensuring stable and sound relationships between labor and business in the industry. When it comes to this very delicate balancing act of satisfying the wants and needs of employer and employee, we pride ourselves at being masters of effective facilitation in collective bargaining with minimal disruption to the industry. MEIBC is committed to promoting growth, employment and decent work, contributing greatly to the well-being of employees and the growth of the industry. A winning formula for all.